Hi, everybody, and welcome back. We're going to get right into this lesson because you've heard me speak lots over this unit. So let's get going. I've got 10 top strategies to help you avoid creating a narcissist. Because, look, we know that whilst having a narcissistic parent doesn't determine that you will be a narcissist yourself, it is a contributing factor. So, the top 10 strategies to help you avoid creating a narcissist. One, teach appreciation and gratitude for what's achieved. It's a given that as a parent, you will give a lot to your children. Absolutely. And you don't expect them to show you extreme gratitude for every act of service or love. That wouldn't be possible. Still, it is important that children learn to appreciate what they have and are given and show gratitude for what they actually do have. A child who knows and appreciates that her parents work hard to give her what she needs is a happier child. She feels this is love, and the internal message is that she is worthy of that love. To show appreciation for the things that she has received, it helps her connect, to be empathetic, and have feelings of happiness and satisfaction. If your child is in a constant state of gimme, 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 then it's time to pull back the reins at this point and point out the need for appreciation for what they have already been given. Number two, embrace mistakes and focus on repairing them. Striving for perfection, accomplishment, or achievement are worthy pursuits, but being a total perfectionist that feels shame when mistakes are made is not healthy. Show your kids that mistakes and failure are part of life, and then teach them how to make use of them. Learning from mistakes is what's actually really important. A child who can accept that they have made a mistake or an error and can work towards correcting it, or even learn the lesson from it on the go, is a well-rounded individual who can navigate life's problems without beating themselves up relentlessly. Number three, allow your kids to feel the consequences of their actions. And this is probably one of the hardest things of being a parent. Don't rescue your child every time they're unhappy or when something goes wrong, or they create a situation that has negative consequences. If you're a parent that goes running to school every time your teacher gives them a D or doesn't reward them, then you're not helping. A better method is to monitor your child's um, daily and ensure that they're actually doing well and keeping up with things, that they're finishing assignments, that they're studying. They will then be able to make the connection between the two by doing it independently. By interceding with your child's teacher and giving your child a way out all the time when things don't go directly to plan, you are telling your child that the rules don't apply to them and that they can have special favors. Let them face their teacher and talk to them about where things are at. Let them find out where they can improve, and you can help her facilitate that. Number four, reward with real praise and positive regard rather than with things. We all buy our kids things or reward them sometimes for their accomplishments. That's not the problem overall. It's one of the joys of parenting. It's the parent that buys their child something as a reward for almost every behavior. That creates a lifelong pattern, which is problematic. Those kids will respond with any requests like, "What are you going to give me for it?" So these are the parents that are paying for good grades or paying for the number of goals on the soccer field. Kids should participate in family chores, take care of themselves and their responsibilities, and behave in consideration of others. These are simply general rules of conduct that should not be rewarded with stuff. Praising your child's actions will, when deserved, is great and necessary. It allows them to feel good about themselves and encourages more of the same behavior. Getting too many gifts or undeserved accolades is bribery, and they grow to expect it. Number five, give your child time and attention. There really is no substitute for spending warm, quality time with a child. Attentiveness and time spent are equated to caring and love. It is your love and real concern that a child will internalize, and that will ultimately give them a sense of worth, security, and a sense of compassion towards themselves and to others. Number 6, teach true regard for others' feelings. Use every opportunity that arises on a daily basis for helping a child learn empathy with others. It can be as simple as wondering out loud how someone else feels in the moment, or giving over a scene in a TV show, or reading stories with lessons of empathy, or sometimes directly pointing out how it might feel to be in the other person's shoes in a real situation. Equally important is your capacity to show empathy to your child and to others, and to model that. Number 7, have a no tolerance policy for aggression and cruelty to any being, including animals. You should never allow aggression. Teach assertiveness instead. Under no circumstances should cruelty be permitted. It's normal for kids to be cruel as they develop, especially among peers. That doesn't mean it should go under the radar and be dismissed. Work with it, point it out, and strongly drive home the message of empathy. It is particularly important not to let kids taunt pets and make a sport of it. I see this all too often, and parents just brush it off. This is a really bad idea. Immediately correct it and talk to your child about how helpless and abused something may feel when someone bigger and stronger than you is doing that. Number 8, encourage achievement alongside humility. It's always a good idea to encourage your child to do their best. And to that end, teaching them to push themselves within reason to achieve is also to their benefit. Nothing in life comes without self-motivation and discipline. Be the best you can would be the motto here. At the same time, encourage your kids to feel good about their achievements without feeling better than others. This is the humility side of it. You want them to feel good about their achievements without feeling better than others. You know when they have accomplished something or when they're competent in an area, but you don't use that to one up on the other guy. You maintain some humility along with self-assuredness. Number 9, insist on face-to-face interactions over technology communication. We live in an electric world, and texting, email, and social media make keeping in contact easy. There's nothing wrong with it. It has great value. The problem is that electronic communication supplants face-to-face interaction. Research has shown us that the majority of communication takes place through body language. Without being in front of another person we're communicating with, we miss a lot of the total interaction. When you are face to face, it's much harder to be inauthentic and to get away with it. Social media allows kids to create personas before they've finished developing their personalities emotionally and psychologically. You end up with an interaction based on falsehood. Worse, social media in particular is a haven for creating narcissistic personalities that are deceptive. The rule of thumb here is that you should be far more face-to-face interactions than electronic interactions, and everyone needs to have skills in speaking directly with someone whilst making eye contact. This type of interaction builds our tools of perception whilst it keeps us honest. The last step here is to make a real connection. This is the most important item on the list of 10. Above all else, make and keep ongoing, positive, and abiding connections with your children, ones that are based on love, authenticity, and real concern. Positive emotional connection is the basis for all of the other skills that I've mentioned, and its existence and strength actually makes them all possible. A real connection is something that is felt when both people are involved, and it endures even when they're not together. A child is truly and positively connected to a parent will be able to soothe themselves in the physical absence of their parent. Remember, what and how their parents react and how they're feeling, and they'll feel secure in their parents' love at all times. When that love and connections are there, the need to create a persona to make up for that lack of love and security is not necessary. So there's my 10 tips. I'll go through them briefly once more. Teach appreciation and gratitude for what's received. Embrace mistakes and focus on repairing them. Allow your kids to feel the consequences of their actions. Reward with real praise and positive regard rather than with things. Number 5, give your time and attention. Teach true regard for others' feelings. Have a no tolerance policy for aggression and cruelty to any human beings, including animals. Number 8, encourage achievement alongside of humility. Number 9, insist on face-to-face interactions over technology communication. And number 10, make a real connection with your child. Bye.